Hello, this is English 1302, and I am doing part 2 on pages 585 through 605. Sorry about that. Okay. Um, I chose to do revise your draft, which is basically about the revisions of your draft, like doing your mistakes, correcting your grammar, punctuation, and also adding details that you need to be adding. Um, it says in here in the second draft, you have to clarify your argument by pointing out in the life and death imagery. You have to have like textual support to discuss your imagery and works towards making the conclusion more related to the thesis, and also include citations of if you have other quotes of other sources so you won't plagiarize. Basically, they use one they use one of the students, which is her name is Miss Emma Baldwin. She read Eating Alone, and she basically have to write a report about it. So that's the reason why they have it like this is in the book. Um, One of my favorite quotes on here is on page 591, which is create a plan for your paper. The quote under that first paragraph, it says, write about something that really moves you and engages you. You must be there on the page, which is basically a conversation with Miss Carolyn Forche. It's basically saying that you have to write something that really can move you and move you in the right direction and can obviously give you a positive impact onto yourself by what you're writing. Basically, your emotions and your feelings towards your paper and how did you accomplish what you had to accomplish onto that. Another quote that I like oh, is reading good poetry helps a person feel less lonely. It's the evidence that someone else has felt what we feel, knowing what we know. And that was by Conversation with Miss Jane Hirschfield on page 592, which is basically reading the good poetry. It can make you feel less lonely, make you feel more accepted onto that. And I like this other quote, which is basically on page 595. It says, here I have a tremendous kind of furious argument, and here I got to try to tame it. I've got to enact it. I've got to find a way to formalize it so that someone else can experience what I experienced. Which is basically the poetry from face to face of someone's reading it, which is the imagery of it, the setting, and how you could base your feelings onto it. Once you find that argument, or once you find that opinionated source onto yourself, it basically tells that person how you feel or the way you feel about that person. Poetry is basically your feelings onto yourself, or trying to make someone else feel what you feel. And that's pretty much I have on pages 582 through 605. Thank you.